Story time. So let me just paint a picture for you here. It's a Monday. Getting all my stuff ready to go to work for the day, pick up my phone, and there's an update for my car? Now, why is this important? It's important because of two reasons. One, Sentry Mode. Two, Dog Mode. And no, I don't have a dog, and I'm pretty sure I probably wouldn't let one ride in my car. I'm kind of a neat freak when it comes to my cars. That's a different story. It's nice to know that it's there. We'll leave it at that. So I'm like, yeah, of course I want the update. Of course I'm going to wait 25 minutes for this. I mean, I've got time, okay? I don't have to be at work right this second. So yeah, I'll download the update. So I kick around for 25 minutes, read a book, catch up on a few things, come back to the phone later, and it looks like it's done. I go get in the car, screen is black. Okay, maybe it's not quite so finished. Let's just wait a few minutes. Screen comes back on, says that there's an update still available, so maybe it didn't work. Either way, I don't have time at this point. I've got to get to work. I'll come back again and try it again later. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. I don't need Sentry Mode. I don't need Dog Mode just yet. So I pull out of the garage. I'm going through my driveway, and all of a sudden, the screen just goes black. And then it comes back on. And then it goes black again. I was like, okay. So I do the reset thing where you put your fingers on the steering wheel buttons and you push on the brake, and I did that like 3 or 4 times and nothing happened. The AC was still on, the car would go forward and backward. I gotta put it back in the garage and figure this out. I do the reset thing a few more times. I try to connect to it over Wi-Fi or LTE or whatever on my phone. Nothing. So then I called Tesla to see if they could connect with it over Wi-Fi or LTE or anything on their end, and they couldn't. So then they suggest that I bring it in for service, but there's just one little problem with that. The closest service center to me is like 3 or 4 hours away. So hell no. Not to mention the fact that I'd have to drive without a speedometer. I'm pretty sure that's against the law. So instead, they follow the next natural logic progression of sending out a mobile support unit. This dude was the nicest guy. He came after 5 o'clock and he worked on the car for 3 straight hours. Also, for reference, it was 24 degrees outside. A little bit warmer in the garage, but still, like, it was cold. Oh, and I forgot to mention that when I put it in the garage, the heater was still on, so the battery got drained down pretty quickly, and the car was dead. So, as it turns out, I got to figure out how to bring a dead Tesla back to life. Now, you'd think that'd be pretty straightforward, right? But in order to get to the 12-volt battery, you have to be able to open the frunk, which you can't exactly do if the car is dead. So in order to provide the car enough power to be able to open the frunk in order to get to the 12-volt battery to actually turn the car on, you have to go behind the tow hitch. Then there are a couple of little connectors that you plug in with a small little battery connector, and then that provides enough power to actually be able to open the frunk and then get to the 12-volt battery. Now, it was the hope of the technician that just by having a dead battery and then bringing it back online, that'd be enough to reset the whole system and the firmware, and then it would try to trigger the update again. But it didn't. So step 2, plugging the car into his computer in the Ethernet port with a little special proprietary cable into a port that I didn't even know existed on the driver's side of the car. And he did this so that an engineer in California could remotely talk to the car. So California engineer is playing with the car, and then he tries to do the update again. No dice. Steps 1 and 2 don't work. Time for step 3, directly wiring into the brain of the car. So as it turns out, the computer for the car, the brain for the car, is behind the glove box. But you can't open the glove box unless the touch screen is working. So you have to actually physically remove the glove box to get to the computer, which took about an hour. Got his computer plugged into the car's computer with a micro USB cable, and they still couldn't do anything about it. So what's the solution? Replacing the entire computer. But before that, California was like, please, get the data off of this computer because we really have no idea what happened and we really want to figure it out. But yeah, you're going to have to replace that guy's computer. Technician told me they seemed really oddly excited to get that data. So first thing next morning, they sent out a tow truck to drag it down to Dallas. I'm going to be honest here, I was actually kind of sad. Probably something to do with the fact that I've never named a car in my life. This isn't just a car, it's glitch. A namesake it's clearly earned at this point. Luckily, they were kind enough to set me up with a rental car. Usually it would be a Tesla from what I understand, but since there's no Tesla store or any sort of Tesla operation in Oklahoma, thank you so much for that, Oklahoma. I got stuck with an Enterprise Nissan Maxima. And let me tell you something, you do not miss heated seats or preheating a car until you don't have it and it's 20 degrees outside. So the car got to Dallas a few hours later. Roadside service called me to confirm that everything was good. The Tesla service center sent me a text message to let me know that they got the car and they were working on it and they were hoping to get it back to me soon. Great. But then they told me that they weren't going to be able to ship it back to me because it was outside of their policy to ship a car 50 miles from the service center. Crap. Okay. Road trip. Wait a second, this is warranty work. Oh wait, never mind, we just changed our policy for a special exception here. We will be able to ship it back to you, no problem. You are welcome. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's it. I'm sitting around waiting, watching my phone to see if Glitch comes back online, and they tell me that it's going to be ready by Monday. So hopefully I'll have another video for you all soon about me getting the car back and any sort of weird oddities or glitches that might happen with the result of having a new computer. But here's honestly what I want to know. Has anybody else with a Tesla had this problem where you went through an update process and something weird happened and you had to get the computer replaced? Or have you had to get the computer replaced at all for any reason to begin with? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see what happens when I get the car back, please click the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.